Welcome to the Ghostly Chronicles, The Wings Under the Mountain. 17,000 feet above sea level, the Zaskar Ridge looked like the spine of a dead god, jagged, endless, and untouched by human footsteps, or so everyone believed. Three people were about to learn the truth. Arya, a mountaineer chasing impossible peaks. Jonas, a filmmaker with a habit of ignoring danger. Dr. Eshen Rao, a quiet researcher who claimed he found something unbelievable, something buried in the mountain, something that moved. Arrival. They reached base camp after 2 days of climbing, their tents rattled in the cold wind like brittle bones. Jonas was setting up his camera when he noticed strange grooves on the cliff face above them, long, perfectly straight, glowing faint blue under the moonlight.
Glacial scratches?
Too deliberate, too clean.
Arya touched one of the grooves. It vibrated for a split second, like it responded to her warmth. That night, the mountain whispered. It wasn't the wind, it was deeper, slower, a low hum, rising and falling, almost like breathing. Arya didn't sleep. The hidden shaft. On the third day, they found what Dr. Rao had been searching for, a narrow fissure hidden behind a collapsed ice wall. But this wasn't natural, it was carved. Jonas filmed the entrance.
This is human-made.
No, not human.
They squeezed inside. The tunnel sloped downward, cut smooth as glass. Their headlamps flickered even with fresh batteries. Arya noticed scratch marks on the walls, identical to claw marks, but far too long. At the end of the tunnel stood a stone gate, circular, covered in symbols that looked like intertwined wings. Rao's hands trembled.
This predates human civilization. The locals call this mountain
He hesitated.
the nest of the Sky Eaters.
What does that mean?
Probably just mythology.
The gate opened on its own. Warm air rushed out. Warm, underground, in a frozen mountain. Their lamps lit a massive chamber. Stalagmites, enormous pillars, and high above them, cocoons, hundreds, suspended from the ceiling like giant teardrops of stone.
Insects? Birds? What?
Then, one of the cocoons cracked. Something inside shifted. Another cracked, and another.
We should leave. Now.
They're not dead. They're dormant.
A cocoon burst open. A creature dropped to the floor. A skeletal body, long wings folded like blades, eyeless, its face a hollow beak. It sniffed the air. It turned toward them. It heard their heartbeats.
Run!
They sprinted through the tunnel as the creature unfolded its wings, each beat echoing like thunder. Two more creatures awakened behind it. Jonas tripped. His camera clattered. Arya turned back. Jonas was being dragged, screaming into the dark. His scream cut off sharply.
We must reach the outer ridge.
But when they burst out of the tunnel, the storm had begun. A white hell of snow and wind. Behind them the creatures climbed out of the fissure, wings slicing through the storm like knives.
They're flying.
No, they're listening.
The creatures tilted their heads, locking onto the sound of their voices. Arya stopped breathing. She held perfectly still. Rao stepped on a rock. It cracked. The creatures turned instantly. One lunged. Rao was lifted off the ground, his scream echoing as he disappeared into the storm. Arya was alone. She ran blindly until she reached a cliff edge. Nothing below but a 1,000-foot drop. The creatures circled in the storm, searching for sound. Arya clamped her hand over her mouth. Then she noticed something. Below the cliff, carved into the mountain, was another gate. Half broken, glowing faintly. A way out. A way down. But she would have to jump. A creature screeched. The sound vibrated the snow beneath her boots. She jumped. She didn't fall far. She crashed onto a narrow ledge, rolled, and slid into the broken gate. Inside, the air was warm again. Torches, ancient, but somehow still burning, lit a spiraling stone staircase. She stumbled downward and reached a cavern where she saw paintings across the walls. Creatures with wings. Humans kneeling below them. A giant mountain cracking open. The sky black with wings. And one final image. The creatures sleeping inside cocoons. Waiting for sound to wake them. Her heart froze. This wasn't their mountain. This was their hive. And the storms, the whispers, they weren't random. They were the mountain calling them back. The final truth. Arya followed the cavern until it opened into daylight. She was at the base of the mountain. A rescue team spotted her hours later. They carried her to safety, wrapped her in blankets, asked what happened. She didn't speak for days. When she finally did, her voice cracked.
They're waking. All of them. Please, don't climb that mountain.
The rescue worker frowned.
No one climbs that ridge anymore. It collapsed yesterday during a massive cave-in. The entire interior, gone.
Arya stared at him, terrified.
A gone as in destroyed?
As in empty, completely hollow.
Arya looked up at the sky. In the clouds, faintly, briefly, she saw wings, thousands of them, black against the sun. Then they vanished. She whispered,
They weren't trapped. They were waiting.
"Please like, share, and subscribe."